Can you tell me how your career in education and this passion got started?
Yes, and it is an interesting story. So prior to COVID, I had noticed over the years in teaching that students were very different than the way that I grew up and previous generations had grown up. They had different values, different communication styles, different ways of processing information. And the gap just seemed to get wider and wider every year. In fact, I actually kind of dreaded, coming into the next school year because I knew that divide was just getting bigger. And so then when the lockdowns happened and then we came back to school, fast forward, we came back to school and I said, I don't know who these kids are. I really don't. I don't know how to relate to them. And not that that was my priority as a teacher. My priority is to teach. It's not to do anything that, people like to popularize and say build relationships and things like that. That's not my priority. I like people and I like kids, but I'm trying to teach you. That's what I get paid to do. And the relationship that we build will be based on that professional connection and not really anything else, unless there's just a natural affinity for something that we both enjoy or an appreciation. Maybe I have an appreciation for something, like you have a talent, a gift or something like that. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. So that's really all that there's going to be for me as far as the relationship component goes. But the teaching aspect, I felt like I wasn't getting through to them. So there was a clear conflict in the way that I was teaching and the students that were my audience, I guess you could say, at the time. So then I distinctly remember one class that had a reaction to something that I said that was very positive and motivational. And they had a very negative, very dark reaction to something, motivational and inspirational that I had said. And I came home and I spoke to my mother about this. And I said, Mom, like, what are they feeling? I don't understand this. And she said, they're conflicted. Immediately she knew. And I said, conflicted about what? It's not like I said anything controversial. I was just saying something that was very motivational and inspirational, very, very warm and fuzzy. And she said, you don't understand this generation. And I was like, clearly. But so what ended up happening is she taught me pretty much everything that I know about the generations. And she was able to teach me that in that moment, everything that I had said was contradicting everything that they had previously been taught by their parents or by social media. And that was the reason for the reaction. They were conflicted because over here they're hearing this side of the story. And then all of a sudden I came in with a very different side of the story. And that was causing some internal conflict. And once I understood that, among many other things that she taught me, I was able to take that information, transform the way that I taught, and then really, really understand Gen Z, and then write 2 books on it and give a ton of presentations on this material.